Hello, everyone. Welcome to Almighty Blues Cricket. Yes, it's the Almighty Blues franchisee that we are creating. For those of you who do not know, yes, it is the RCBian Chelsea Fan Tv, which has been rebranded as Almighty Blues. And while there is definitely a football channel dedicated for it, it's called Almighty Blues FC. For those of you, again, who do not know, this is a purely cricket based channel which is going to start today called Almighty Blues Cricket. So I hope to get the love, that I've been getting for RCB and Chelsea Fan TV for both the channels, that is Almighty Blues FC as well as Almighty Blues Cricket. There will be, guests coming on this channel as well as that, and a lot of streams, probably trivia as well in the future. So hope you all enjoy it. If you do, let's smash that like button as well as subscribe, and please do share it because it's a new channel. We are hoping to grow as always, right? And we couldn't do that without your support, and we cannot do that again without your support. So let's begin, right? Why are we here? As you can see, it is IPL time. It has already begun, I know, but Almighty Blues Cricket plans to cover Indian cricket primarily, but it's Ankit here, and I am an RCBian, an RCB fan, that is right. An RCB match is today as we speak. It's going to happen in a few hours. So hopefully, you all enjoy it and we get a great spectacle at that. It is the restart of IPL, and hopefully, we will come back and Sala Cup Namde is what we are going to say, right? And I don't know, that's something that I've been waiting for, and I'm hoping that we get absolutely great second half of the tournament here. But yeah, as in what are we playing, right? As in we are playing, I think seven more matches, so that is half of the tournament for us which is left, and we begin our second half with a match against KKR. So we are here to present you what to expect and what not to expect, and what is the schedule in the next few weeks going to be like, so that you can plan yourselves, as well as if there's any changes in the squad and whatnot. And major news, yes, it's Virat Kohli. Unfortunately, he will not be captaining RCB, that's Royal Challengers Bangalore, from next season onwards. He just announced yesterday, so wish him all the best. But I believe he will be part of the team very much so in the future. And in a way, it's good that he's announced it, midway through the tournament. Hopefully, the team can be more pumped and win it for him. And of course, he's also stepped down from the Indian T20, side as well, as a captain. That is, so hopefully, it'll, make him concentrate more on his batting. And we have been missing that apt Virat Kohli, who's been firing on all cylinders. So it can only be a good thing, in my opinion. I know there are mixed opinions. If you have an opinion about that, do comment below. What do you think about Virat Kohli not captaining RCB and the Indian T20 side? I don't know. Like, for me, it's definitely on, because we'll get a better batsman. Who knows, right? And maybe a youngster comes through. That's something that we're waiting for as well in RCB, and we get positive change that's also required. So yeah, as in I'll try and share my screen now, just to go through what we are going to cover, of course, one by one over here. So let me just. So this is, sorry about that. So yeah, this is what we are looking at, and yes, a lot of things to cover. So as you can see, the first thing that we need to know is how the table is right now. Of course, includes the first match after the restart, but this is something that we need to be aware of. It's been a while. It's been almost, I think, 3.5 months, if I'm not wrong. Of course, due to the pandemic, that the tournament halted midway through. Hopefully, it goes through fine this time around and everyone is safe. But as we speak, we have CSK on top after yesterday's win over Mumbai. And Delhi are great as well. So RCB are not behind with a spot, I think, a third place. I'll take that if it finishes this way. But again, it's the top two who will get two chances at going to the final. So I would hope RCB does it this time. And we have a team, and we'll be looking at that as well. How we can go through that. But yes, Mumbai, as in for me, Mumbai losing yesterday was a big deal, because now they've lost 50% of the matches. I know it is a side always doing well in the second half tournament, as in traditionally they win the latter half most often than not. So they might as well qualify, but this means that chances of them qualifying in the top two spots is probably less, in my opinion. CSK, Delhi, and RCB have a much more chance to qualify there, and the other teams, of course, are Rajasthan, Punjab, KKR and SRH. KKR, whom we play next. So it's going to be interesting, if any one of them can topple Mumbai or even RCB. Touch wood, hope not. Crossing my fingers here. But yes, let's look at basically the venue, right? So the big news was, of course, a couple of months ago, we got to know it's going to be held in UAE, in Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, and Dubai. So this is again due to safety measures, the pandemic that we're all in, and it's safer out there with probably lesser crowd and just the environment. So the conditions will matter. But yes, last year as well, there was a tournament there where RCB did fairly well, I would say, started off very well. And hopefully we will, get back that form that we are looking for. And we already have been in the first half of the tournament in India, right? So we have obviously KKR at Abu Dhabi, and then we travel to Sharjah and a couple of matches in Dubai. So I think most of the teams are going to rotate between the venues, but it's interesting to know that we don't have many matches back to back per se, in terms of having two matches in say 3 days. Only a couple of times is when we have that, like you can see. So definitely, that's a plus. Our squad can get settled hopefully, and there not be any overload. We have a trim squad as well compared to others, which we'll again get to. But yes, most of the matches are night matches. So I think that's something that is there for everyone. So I don't think it's a major issue there. But yeah, I hope this is something that we can mark our calendars and definitely get back, because I will be covering all almighty Blues cricket, the previews and the reviews, right? And maybe with some guests as well, like I said. And and this is where we step into the latest squad, because yes, there have been changes for those of you who are living under a rock. Unfortunately, we've had, I think, about 5 changes to the squad, playing squad that is, and 1 to the management as well, in terms of major changes, right? So I don't think there's any change in the primary batsmen that we have. Of course, we expect Kohli, Padikkal, Patidar to play a major role this time, and of course AB de Villiers, the god of T20 cricket for me, as in hats off to him again. But as in wicketkeeper batsman backup is quite good again. One person who's moved on, unfortunately, is Finn Allen, who's not available. And we will look at the replacements. Here we see, yes, so we are stacked with batsmen, wicketkeeper, batsmen, and all-rounders even more so, like you can see, right? As in 8 all-rounders. I know some of them are probably bits and pieces, cricketers, if you may say so, but at the end of the day, they are all-rounders. They can do the job. For those of you who are able to look, hear some background noise, apologies for that. It is just, I think a mini storm that is around. So hopefully, it'll be fine in a few minutes. But yeah, as in, we can see Glenn Maxwell coming back. Hopefully, he gets back the form that he was in the first part of the tournament. Dan Christian, an experienced head for sure. Of course, the other Daniel, that's Daniel Sams, is not available, unfortunately. So we've replaced him with Tim David. Tim David, for me, did very well in the Big Bash. Someone I know, again, Tim David is not someone that internationally is well known, because of obviously where Tim David comes from, Singapore, and that's a rarity in itself. But Tim David can do the job, right? As in, he is a hard-hitting all-rounder, more of a batsman, I would say, a lower order batsman. And Hasaranga, well, he did excellently well against India, right, in the T20 series. That was, I think, one of the shocks that we got, if you remember. Of course, Indian team wasn't at its best in terms of the squad names, because of the situation of the pandemic, but still Hasaranga did very well, and Indian batsmen couldn't play him much in terms of his leg spinners. And talking about leg spin, he replaces Adam Zampa. Adam Zampa, again, unfortunately, is unavailable for me. This is a position where we have probably not really strengthened. Hasaranga is again great, but Adam Zampa, different kettle of fish. I know he hasn't performed very well for RCB, in IPL, but he is a class act. Having said that, Shahbaz Ahmed, someone that we saw in the first half of the tournament, actually doing pretty well in a couple of matches. So hopefully Shahbaz Ahmed will get his form, and his left-arm spinners will be crucial. And another major miss would be Washington Sundar, because Shahbaz Ahmed now needs to play the role of himself as and Washington Sundar with the bat, because Washington Sundar, I believe, has got a finger injury and ruled out of the tournament in the second half of this IPL. Wishes to him to get back soon to cricket, but hopefully, he will serve us for the future for many years. Kyle Jamieson, brilliant acquisition, if you remember, and Garton. Well, Gary Garton is an Englishman, someone who is a left-arm pacer as well as a left-arm batsman. So more of a bowling all-rounder, definitely, and a direct replacement for Dan Sams, I would say, right? In terms of Gary Garton, as in, although I did mention Tim David, but I believe Gary Garton is probably a direct replacement Dan Sams in terms of the attributes that you see, right? But coming to the rest of the squad, of course, we have 22 players. Harshal Patel, the star of the tournament for the first few games, and then that innings against Ravindra Jadeja. Hopefully, he'll come back stronger and more mature than ever that he's already been showing this year. So we are hoping great things from Harshal Patel and Yuzvendra Chahal. He will want to prove everyone wrong. He has not been selected in the Indian T20 squad for the World Cup, right? So that's a huge blow for him, and he is a class act. Mr. RCB in terms of the bowling department for years. He will continue as well, and he is the mainstay of our bowling, along with, of course, Mohammad Siraj. And he's grown leaps and bounces, and for me, he is one of the best in India today. And I'm lucky to say that he's part of RCB and fit enough to play as well, as is Saini. But Akash Deep is an interesting acquisition, because I think he is coming Akashdeep, if I'm not wrong, for in a way you can say Richardson. Both Chamira and Akashdeep are coming in, because I think Richardson goes out, as in he's not experienced, of course. Neither is Chamira, but Akashdeep has done well, I think, for Bengal in Ranji Trophy, and has a mentor in Mohammad Shami. So hopefully he can as in continue what he's been doing for Bengal, as well as replicate what Shami does. Who knows? Given a chance again. I don't see him playing a lot of matches, but definitely a good cover. An Indian fast bowler. Touch wood again if Saini and Siraj get injured, or Harshal Patel's. But Chamira, well, again, Sri Lankan bowlers done well, but for me, well, underwhelming compared to Richardson. Not that I'm a great fan of Richardson. He's not done well in IPL really, but in Big Bash he has. Chamira, I don't see him playing many matches either, but again, more of an injury cover for Jameson. Crossing my fingers, that doesn't happen. Like you can see, Simon Katic there is definitely gone. And by the way, the stars that you saw, indicate the overseas players. So we still have 8 overseas players, which gives us sufficient cover. And Simon Katic, wish him all the luck. He was unavailable, and hopefully, he comes back to RCB in the future. You never know. But for now, this is what it is. And looking forward to the squad being utilized at its fullest. We have 7 matches plus hopefully the qualifiers that we saw in the fixture list as well, which I am definitely counting on. Right? Hopefully you all are as well. And having said that, this is interesting now, right? So Bangalore first 11. I don't see any major changes in the first 11, right? The first half of the tournament versus this, only spot is probably Washington Sundar's spot, which is going to be taken by Shahbaz Ahmed, who anyway was performing well, and Sundar wasn't in his best form at the time. So hopefully Shahbaz Ahmed can continue his form and take the responsibilities, but I still see a miss in the number 6 and 7. We don't have that hard-hitting, genuine all-rounder. Compared to some other sides, and this tournament I see again AB de Villiers and Kohli being the mainstay of RCB, but Glenn Maxwell, I know the jury's out because of so many years him not doing well, but he's done excellently in the first half of the tournament. The break came at the wrong time for him. Hoping he comes up again and just plays freely, as in he has been playing freely for RCB, and that's what we expect and we hope again. Comment below, what do you think? The starting 11 in most of the matches will change. I see this 11 playing against KKR as well today. Let's see what you all think about it. Having said that, what is Kolkata's first 11? Kolkata's first 11, well, Again, not many changes. In fact, they have made, I think, hardly any changes to the squad even. So they play with the same 11. They may make few changes, like you see number 7 Dinesh Karthik here. He might come in number 3 because Kolkata has not been doing well. We saw in the table that they are below, so they, for them it's almost like a must win the remaining games, or most of them. Owen Morgan, captain, in the first half of the tournament, was repeatedly putting himself down, down, down. For what, I really don't know. He needs to come up the order, as does, Dinesh Karthik and Andre Russell for me. Maybe Sunil Narayan and Rahul Tripathi go down the order, and they might as well play Shakib Al Hassan. But in the first game, we will see that how Shakib Al Hassan did. Like for me, definitely RCB had his number. So I don't see that. And another change can be for, again, the fantasy managers out there, the Dream 11 players, etc. So Kamlesh Nagarkoti can be replaced by Shivam Mavi. So that's a gamble. But other than that, I think Lockie Ferguson is probably a better shout compared to Tim Southey, whom they've got, an experienced campaigner. Of course, they have missed Pat Cummins, coming back in the tournament. But I think Lockie Ferguson has done very well for them. So only with the bat they might miss out on, but they anyway bat deep in terms of genuine, batsmen till 7. So I don't see that as an issue at all. And Ferguson and Nagarkoti have a few big blows that they can, pull off as well in terms of batting. So yeah, what do you all think again in terms of the lineup and whether it'll be a match? For me, the matchup that we're talking about in this game today will probably be, I think, Siraj, yes. Siraj has done well against Nitish Rana. That is a great matchup. So Nitish Rana would want to prove himself, of course, after being picked for India. Now he has a pride at stake also, additionally. And I think always Sunil Narayan is a danger man. How he does, how many runs he gives away, how many wickets he takes, especially against Indian batsman Virat Kohli, who I believe needs to work again on his batting in terms of spin bowling. Of course, an all-time legend, no comments there. But same with AB de Villiers, right? They have been getting out to spinners time and again, and mystery spinners or leg spinners in particular. And Sunil Narayan, may have that. But again, we've done well against Sunil Narayan in the past, so I expect us to continue that. I don't see Kuldeep Yadav playing. Virat Kohli has had his number big time, so I don't see him playing. So that is about it in terms of matchups and the squads that I expect to start today for RCB and Kolkata. This is what happened in the first leg, right? Kolkata really were pasted royally by RCB, especially AB de Villiers. 76 runs of 34 balls. Glenn Maxwell, 78 runs of 49 balls. This is a repeat. If we get, it'll be perfect, right? Wishful thinking that. But as I said, Shakib Al Hassan and even Andre Russell, were really belted out of the park. Not done well. I think Shakib Al Hassan just bowled a couple of overs. Andre Russell bowled, I think, 3 overs, but they gave away more than 10 and over easily. And in fact, even I think Jamieson was belted by Russell. He got a pasting, but he was able to get 3 wickets, and that was crucial for us to get the victory, along with, of course, Harshal Patel, who was at the time the informed player in the whole of IPL, if you remember. I don't know what you all think. That's something that I hope we can repeat. And yes, I would certainly like to see, what do you all think in terms of what is going to happen, what is not going to happen. Hopefully, we will qualify. Whether 3 more wins will be sufficient for us, maybe 4 more ideally. I believe so. That will be the case. But having said that, smash that like, subscribe, and come back stronger, because we will be doing the review as well. Hopefully, you all love it. And it's Almighty Blues Cricket, remember, and Almighty Blues FC. Do not unsubscribe if you're already subscribed to that, because we are covering a lot more generic content there as well. And till then, have a safe one. Enjoy the game. And that is all I can say. Anything that you might want to add, feel free to comment, and take care.